Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new up in this place, my name is Ntwaniengomane. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. If you're wondering what we're all about, I share my career journey here. I share a bit of vlogs and I share a bit about my life living in the UK. And if this is the kind of content that you like, that you want to see, please do click subscribe and follow me on my Instagram at Ntwaniengomane. I almost forgot. But today's video is actually a little bit on my thoughts and the thoughts I've been having over the past week. So I think a couple of days ago I put up a Q&A on my Instagram. If you haven't followed me on Instagram and you're missing out on these Q&As, please do follow me. And so then someone asked on the Q&A, is the work that you do now similar to the work that you did in South Africa as a trainee, or as a third-year trainee rather? And I answered that question. I was like, unfortunately, yes. And after that, like, that question just really hit me hard the whole week. I kept asking myself, but why am I still doing the same thing? Like, how am I still doing the same job that I did as a trainee? Because I think when we qualify as CAs, we expect that the level of work that we do will be on a higher scale, or like more responsibility. You think you won't be doing the ticking and the bashing anymore. You think, especially if you're in audit, you think you won't be running around like chasing clients for invoices and stuff. But unfortunately, it is still what I do. It is very much still what I do. And yes, if you're wondering, I am an assistant manager, but like, I still do the same things that I did in South Africa, to be honest. And that's why I honestly did answer that question and said, yes, unfortunately, it is what I still do. And I think just to address the expectation, especially for people who are looking to move here or to move anywhere else really in an audit role, if you're not an audit manager, if you're moving, you will probably still do the groundwork. So it made me sort of reflect on where I am in my career. Not in my career, but like, it made me reflect on the job that I have now, and it made me reflect so much on, but am I growing, you know, like, what's the something new that I'm learning, you know? And I've been asking myself that the whole of last week, and it's been so frustrating, especially with the clients that I'm on now. And a little bit of context, I'm on these clients where I'm just the only person planned on them, and I have to complete the work. So there's no like first year, there's no second year, there's no trainee really to like, hey, can you please check if the bank confirms are back or whatever. So I have to like do the groundwork. I'm so sorry if you're here and you have nothing to do with audit or accounting, but you watch my content. I know I can be a little bit biased. I am so sorry, but it's just, it's my reality right now, because that's what I do. So yeah, I just wanted to say to a lot of people who are wondering, or a lot of people who are looking to move abroad, that when you do move, especially after qualifying, a lot of the work that you will still do if you're moving through audit is still ground audit work. I think a lot of us have a mentality that moving from one area or one country to another will change the job or will change the circumstance, especially if you're still moving to the same kind of job that you were in. So for instance, you're moving from being a trainee in South Africa to being a newly qualified CA in the UK in audit. Your work is relatively still going to be the same, and I feel like to some extent, to some degree, you are still treated as a trainee here, because for some reason people think, you know, it's a new company, it's a new firm, you need to learn the processes, you need to learn their methodology, you need to learn the GAP framework and all of that, which I totally get. But like, I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't know, maybe it's the ego that comes with I'm qualified, and you feel like, oh, guys, I can manage. But have you really managed before? Have you managed a client? Have you had a portfolio before? Have you learned how to budget how many trainees you need in your client? Have you managed how, like, have you had experience in actually being a manager? Because I feel like we're a little bit entitled when we come here. We're like, I'm qualified, I should be a manager, I should be managing a portfolio, having your own portfolio and managing trainees. But like, can you, fam? Like, can we? So I feel like I've been having that little conversation with myself the past week that, oh man, I should be doing so much more. Like, I should be having my own portfolio. I shouldn't be doing bank confirm. I shouldn't be taking up revenue. I shouldn't, like, I should be managing. I should be reviewing. And don't get me wrong, I can review. I have the skills to review, but it's just that am I at a level where I can manage a portfolio by myself, in a new environment, in a new firm where I don't know the systems, I don't know the methodology, I don't know, and I've never done it before. So maybe that's one of the things we need to consider. But all in all, I do feel that relatively a lot of the stuff that I do is stuff that I did in South Africa as a third-year trainee. And to be honest, some of the things that I do are really things I didn't even do as a third-year trainee. Like, those were not the type of work you do as a third-year trainee. It's something that a first-year or a second-year trainee would do. It's stuff that I would delegate to other junior members of the team, and I wouldn't necessarily do them as a third-year trainee. But now I find myself doing them, and it's so frustrating because, guys, I am qualified. Yet again, I feel like it's an ego thing, but like, should I still really be looking at bank confirms at my age, guys? Like, should I still be doing system descriptions and walkthroughs? Like, really? But it's just, yeah, as much as you think things will change, things stay the same. And that's the second part of this video, that if you're considering moving abroad to an audit role, but you didn't like audit in South Africa, it's not going to change. It is not going to change, guys. Audit is audit everywhere you go. No matter where you go in the world, it's audit. It'll have a resourcing issue. You'll be understaffed. There will be overtime. There will be difficult clients. There will be all of the stuff that you think you're running away from in South Africa will most likely be there wherever you're going, if you're still going into an audit role. Mainly because it's the nature of the job, it's the nature of how audit is. Like, it's not different anywhere in the world. You won't go to Australia and you find it different, because it's just how audit is. So I would say to you, if you really do not like audit, do not consider moving into another audit role in a different country because you think, oh, it's better in the UK. It is not. It is still the same. And you will most likely, and I don't mean to be negative, but you will most likely find yourself in the same situation trying to get out. And it's not as easy when you're here, because there's now like things like relocation costs. You've now signed a 2-year contract. You've now gotten yourself into this legally binding agreement. So think thoroughly about that. I hope after this video you actually sit down and think thoroughly about it. But to answer the question of whether or not I feel like I still do the same work, I don't even feel like it. I do still do the same work until such a time where I eventually get a promotion to a manager, if that is within God's plan for my life. I mean, I don't know where I'll be in the next 2-3 months, 5 months from now. I don't even know if I'll get the promotion. So God willing, if it's in his plan, then maybe when I get to that point, I will now obviously stop doing the actual work, and then I'll start planning trainees on my clients to do the work. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. To say, as much as we think things change when we move countries, things stay the same. And even outside of work, like just generally in life, you think, oh, my life is going to be so glamorous in the UK. How, babes? If your life is not already glamorous, how is that going to change? How is being in a new country, how is overcoming the challenges of being in a familiar environment going to change. In essence, it's going to have an effect on your life, and it's up to you whether that effect is going to be good or bad, depending on how you respond to it. But like, don't expect a massive rebrand of life because you've now moved countries. So yeah, those are some thoughts that have been in my mind the past week. I don't know if this video makes sense, but I hope it's making sense for somebody. And if it's making sense for you, drop me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you thought would be different if you moved countries. Did you just generally think things will stay the same, or did you think something's going to be different, what is going to be different maybe, or you thought your life is going to be different somehow? But yeah, not to say there is no growth, though there is growth with moving countries. Even outside of your job, there's personal growth, knowing that I can survive on my own. Like, you could put me in any country in any world right now and I would forge a way for myself to survive, because I have tested myself and I've seen that I can survive alone, without family, without friends, without just me starting over. Like, I can do that. So it builds a little bit, not even a little bit, but it's a lot of resilience in you. But if you're running away from something in South Africa, you can't run away. Like, it's gonna find you wherever you go. I guess that was the point of this video. So if you are running away from a job, you're running away from a bad manager, you're running away from, I don't know, something, whatever it is that you're running away from, it's probably gonna catch up with you. So yeah, think about it and think about it hard. If this video, you find it totally irrelevant to you, you feel like, you know what, my life is gonna be different, I'm gonna love audit when I get there, great, go ahead, and please let me not stop you. But if you feel like, oh, I never thought about it that way, maybe it's time to, after this video, think about it and just reconsider a little bit. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was not rambling. I hope it made sense. Drop me a comment and tell me what you think about what I discussed in this video. Do you think I am maybe overreacting? Have you heard maybe other people say, you know what, my life has completely turned around, I really love audit now that I am here, or something along those lines? So yeah, let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.